Welcome back to More Access. It's been the home of the Oscars for the past decade, but Hollywood's Kodak Theater is kind of having an identity crisis right now. The Eastman Kodak Company is going through bankruptcy filings, and it was just granted the right to break off its $72 million sponsorship deal with the Kodak Theater's owners. So that means on Oscar night in less than 2 weeks, the theater will pretty much be nameless. But as a cloud hovers over the Oscar venue, we want to shine a light on the Academy Award itself and find out how much an Oscar statue actually boosts a star's value. Marketing expert Jim Gentleman from SKG Advertising is here to break it all down for us. Jim, good to see you.
You too, Sean.
So let's start with the Kodak Theater.
Sure.
Kind of fill us in on what happened here.
Well, the sad thing is that Kodak has recently declared bankruptcy, and they're looking now to cut costs. One of the big costs for them was the sponsorship of the Kodak Theater. They pay about $3.6 million a year. The bankruptcy judge said, yes, you could discontinue that, so now the theater needs to find another sponsor. And there's discussions about maybe the Academy Awards eventually moving to another theater like the Nokia Theater in downtown. But basically, Kodak will no longer have the naming rights for the Academy Awards Theater.
Which, I mean, that's a great exposure for the company to have your name up on top of that theater and to have all the camera shots for all the award shows that are held there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a valuable commodity.
It's tremendous, especially if you're a brand in the media or entertainment business. I mean, you think about it, almost 40 million people a year watch the show in the U.S., plus millions more around the world, and all the media coverage just around the awards. So it's really a great exposure opportunity, but unfortunately it just doesn't work anymore for Kodak.
Any guesses on who may swoop in to kind of save the name in that place?
Well, you know, it makes sense again for entertainment and media brands. So brands like Sony or Samsung or Vizio or even Google or Apple, I mean, those are brands that are kind of making their way now to the entertainment business, would make sense. The question is, do they want to spend $3, $4, $5 million a year putting their name on a theater? But those would be likely brands.
And Kodak not going to be totally absent from the Academy Awards. 7 of the nominated Best Picture films were shot on Kodak film, so you know Kodak will still get some kudos in that respect.
That's right.
Speaking of nominees, you know, obviously somebody is going to be walking home with that Oscar statue. A few people will actually.
Yep.
How much does that little Oscar on your bookshelf mean to your bank account?
Yeah, no, it's a great question. And, you know, it's such a prestigious award, probably the most prestigious entertainment. There's a range anywhere from hundreds of thousands of dollars to millions of dollars, because what happens is those who win get better roles, which mean more money for the acting, and they typically get endorsement deals. And you think of, you know, names like Jennifer Hudson, Adrian Brody have both done a lot of advertising since they won Academy Awards.
So stars are not really telling the whole truth when they say that that it's just the honor that to be nominated or to win.
That's right. I mean, it's a lucrative honor because typically they benefit financially. I mean, but like I said, better roles with more money, and marketers want to associate with those people who've won Academy Awards. So it's also a money-making award as well.
Is there anything on par with in the the acting field? Is there anything on par with winning an Oscar?
Well, you know, you could say the Emmys are kind of the equivalent on television, but quite honestly, even the Emmys don't have the same prestige. I was thinking about it today. In the sports world, the analogy is winning the Super Bowl or winning the MVP of the Super Bowl, because just like just happened with Eli Manning, his endorsement career is going to take off now, winning his second MVP. So there's maybe an analogy there, but I don't know if there is anywhere else in entertainment. This is really the height of entertainment awards.
Well, we will be watching in a couple weeks when the Oscars happen at the unnamed theater at Hollywood and Highland.
That's right. That's right.
Jim, always good to see you. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Sean.
Maria.